Hello everybody and welcome back. It's another new guitar day. This time it's a new bass day. And what we have here, all the way from China, this is a Grote, another Grote. 2020 is the year of the Grote. This is another imitation, recreation, whatever word you want to use. This is of a Hofner. They call it a BB2, which I'm guessing the BB is for Beatle bass because Hofner, since the early 60s, has been closely identified with the Beatles because Paul McCartney played a Hofner violin bass. This version is known as the club bass, so it's not the violin body. It's a hollow body bass, has the cutaway. This was ordered on January the 3rd, and the estimated arrival date was January 28th to February 18th, but through some small miracle, it is January the 13th. It took a total of 10 days from China. It made it to San Francisco last Thursday, and it took from Thursday until this Monday morning to get to Great Falls, Montana. It's very cold outside. It's like 6 below zero. The wind chill is 13 below zero. And this got delivered at about 11:30, and it's now about 12:30. And I'm not going to open it up yet. What I am going to do is just cut the tape so that some warm air can seep in and let it acclimate for a while. Yes, Kitty gives her approval. So we're just going to do the slice and dice. We've got to be careful. We don't want to take Kitty's tail off. I've watched some unboxing of these, and these are just like in styrofoam coffins. Excuse me, Kitty. Excuse me. Come on, you got to move over here. Oh, sir. Once I've done my job, then it's got kicked to the curb. Is that what it means? So we'll just be very careful in our approach to cutting the tape. Like I said, I'm probably not going to pop it out yet. It looks like it's going to be a styrofoam freak show. That's all I want to do. I just want to crack it open a little air in. You can smell the China in there. Yeah, sure, it came all the way from China. And that's what I'm going to do. Just put a little air in. So we're just going to place it over here and let it sit. And we'll be back in a few hours. Okay, we'd like to welcome you back for part 2 of the unboxing and unveiling of the Grote. That's right, Grote, G-R-O-T-E, the BB2 bass, the club bass. It was delivered this morning from the United States Postal Service at 11:30 this morning. It's now 3:30 in the afternoon. It's been sitting here in this sort of half-open state, and I believe the chill of the day is gone. When it was delivered, it was 8 below zero with a wind chill of 14 below zero. So I felt it was important to let it have a little warm-up time. The only comment I have to make before I actually take it out of the box is, what a world of difference. As you saw last week, the Grote over here, the Grote jazz guitar, came with minimal packing, and it was an absolute miracle of guitar shipping that it showed up in one piece. This, on the other hand, comes in a styrofoam coffin, form-fitted, wrapped in tape with a little extra styrofoam thrown in on top for good measure, but it is a form-fitted box, and by all accounts, I would be surprised if there was any damage to this guitar, because this packing is like pretty super duper heavy duty. So how do we free it? I guess we just slowly take these little pieces out that someone in China carefully snuck in. And we're just going to sort of pull it backwards and sideways, maybe. Not really sure. Well, I guess I have to free the top, which is sort of jammed in there. So, sort of hoping to pull it out backwards. I bet I can if I'm ginger about it. There we go. That makes it easier. So we free it from the coffin. Set it down for a moment. Walk over here and see the little obligatory bag. It should have a truss rod wrench and a couple of picks, as advertised. The rubber band on the headstock, and the moment of truth arrives. We'll just pull it out of its bag. I brought the vacuum cleaner along because I had a feeling that we were going to be dealing with a bit of a styrofoam party here. There it is. So the first thing we're going to look for is any kind of cracks on the headstock. We're going to look for cracks along the neck. See none. You know, one can only hope that this guitar plays as good as it looks, because frankly, once again, in the world of Grote, this is pretty stunning. I'm going to take a 1-minute break and do a forensic, but just that you might want to look at it. It's, from an immediate visual point of view, it is equal to its jazz guitar partner. Again, I have no idea if it's playable, but we're just going to take a 30-second break. Okay, well, all I can say is wow, wow, wow. If it plays halfway decent, it feels great, it looks great, it's beautiful. It came all the way from China. I don't see any damage to it. Beautiful sunburst on the back. The fret ends are just, couldn't be done any nicer. It's interesting, there's no serial number on this guitar, so I don't know how they classify them. Yeah, it just looks fine. I mean, it looks like just better than you could hope to imagine. So we're going to tune it up, give it a little bit of a whirl, and we'll be back with more impressions. But first impressions are wow. Okay, so we're back. Once again, it is January the 13th, 2020. It's now about 4:30 in the afternoon. Just played this for a half hour. Absolutely impressed. I have no doubt that if I would have spent $2,000 for an original Hofner from Germany, I wouldn't be any happier. If I would have gotten one of the Ignition models, which I believe were made in Indonesia, they go for about $350, $400. I wouldn't have been any happier. I have a simple saying in life: if you can tell the difference, it makes a difference. I probably couldn't tell the difference. For what I play and my level of expertise, and all I can say is wow, wow, wow. I don't see any major defects on this guitar except one, and that is they wired the controls backwards. This volume knob is supposed to control the neck pickup, but it controls the bridge pickup, and the bridge pickup controls the neck pickup. So I'm going to email Grote and see if they want to do something about that. But other than that, the fit and the finish on this guitar is stupendous. The action's a little high, but I actually prefer it that way. So when I play with fingers, I get absolutely no buzz at all. It's intonated very well. Perfect, who knows? I probably couldn't tell the difference. The bridge is really interesting that it's got these little slots, and they just put the little bridge pins in there, and yeah, the intonation just feels fine. The tone is stupendous, has that nice thick thumpy sound. I was thinking that I would have to get flat wounds for it. Can't see any reason why. You can just dial out the brightness on the amp or the guitar, and it thumps nice. I will never play this on stage, so I don't know if the hollow body aspect of it would be an issue at stage volume. It's something I'll never know. It's got the nice jack plate on it, so that gives it a little bit of extra stability. And the output jack feels more substantial on this than it does on the jazz guitar. Time will tell. Again, $199, friends. It's pretty amazing. So I think we're going to go down in history as calling 2020 the Chinese year of the Grote. Just imagine if Leo Fender's last name would have been Grote. All these years we'd be playing Grote guitars and we wouldn't think anything about it. It's definitely an interesting name. I'm not sure why they chose it, but there you go. That's the unboxing, the very quick review of the Grote BB2 club bass. Copy, imitation, recreation of the Hofner. I don't know what the model number is for the Hofner club. Maybe it's just called the Hofner club. Anyways, plays great, looks great, sounds fantastic. I'm very impressed. So, thank you for joining us. Welcome back. It is January the 26th, 2020. I've had this bass now for 13 days, and before I put the video together and posted it, I just wanted to come back and add a few more comments. I thoroughly enjoy this bass. This is the Grote BB2 club bass. The imitation, the copy, the whatever you want to call it, of a Hofner. What's really important to mention is just the value of this bass. Obviously, for the price that you pay for it, it's nowhere near the quality of a real Hofner bass. Maybe the import, the ignition, close. I don't know, I've never played one, certainly not the German-made ones that go for $2,000+. But the point is this is an incredible value. This guitar sounds really nice. It plays well. It's needed some adjustment, and it still needs some further adjustments to it. The way the bridge is really interesting and tricky, to say the least. But it intonates actually quite well all the way up the fretboard. So again, back to value. For what you pay for this, it's a fun guitar. I don't know if it'll fall apart within a year or a month or a day. It's hard to say, but you really just can't beat it value-wise. It's fairly good quality, considering that it is a cheap guitar. There's no arguing that. But I just wanted to mention, these are currently out of stock on Amazon. I don't know if they're coming back or not. I do believe I got one of the last ones. And so yeah, before I publish the video, just wanted to say that I have had it for 13 days. I've played it every day and enjoy it more every day. I'm actually just really surprised and pleased, and it's a lot of fun. I have a case coming for it on Thursday because I figured if I enjoy it as much as I do it, it deserves a case. And that is all. So once again, thank you for joining me for the unboxing of the Grote BB2 club bass. Great value.